Rightio. So I sent an email. Who to? Bridget Archer. Oh, and Jackie Lambie. And Jeremy Rockcliffe. It's honest. It's rough. Don't care. You see, because I live by the actual law, I have no problem with being honest and straight up. I don't care if you get offended by the law. That's something that you're going to have to deal with the good Lord, I guess, isn't it? At some point. Okay. Bridget. I'd call you honourable, but that has to be earned with me, and so far we're off to a bad start, hence why I refuse to vote. Regardless, something needs to be said and something had better be done. Recently, I burnt myself quite severely in a little cooking oil accident. Shit happens sometimes, who'd have thunk? Now, as a man with 3 trades, but now forced into a situation to care for my teenage daughter full-time and my 19-year-old son who is battling life with level 2 autism. No thanks to a pathetic education system. Anyhow, I digress. As a man with 3 trades, I knew to go straight in and put my legs straight under the cold shower and not to take them out until help arrived. Some help. Ambulance came. Time to arrive? Fine. The operator saw marks on my arms from an old habit, automatically assuming I'm a junkie. Yes, I have tripped a couple of times since my ex of 19 years, kid's mother, the mother of my children, ran out on us Christmas Day 2023 after she had been having multiple affairs at once. Fact is, I don't drink. It's far worse than drugs. It is for me anyway. I don't smoke. I don't do pot. And don't get me started on how farmer/government has messed with God's herb and turned it into the devil's lettuce. Once in a blue moon, I have had the odd dabble with the bad stuff. Ice. Not proud of it, but, yes, there is a but. It is not a habit nor addiction, and it's an open, honest discussion in my home. I'm 52 in a couple of weeks and keeping my promise to my kids that I will not ever use again because I'm too old for that now. And don't patronise me on it. I can't stand fake people. I think she may have asked me if I was high or something to that effect. I couldn't even tell you what I responded with at such a ridiculous question, given I was in excruciating pain from what looks to have been misdiagnosed second-degree burns are actually third-degree burns. From that moment, things just went from bad to worse. She wouldn't let me talk to my kids, kept ordering me to calm down when I was calm as anyone could be in that situation. I was trying to get my kids to organise a bag for me because I was wearing drenched shorts and shirt. I needed my prescription glasses, my wallet, my Bible and dry shorts and shirt to go home in, and needed to give instructions as my kids were, I was told, going to be home alone for that night because I was supposed to be staying overnight. Thank God my daughter and son figured it out for themselves because I couldn't get a word in edgeways. And they took me out to the ambulance and locked my son out, who wanted to come with me, as he stood there with my bag. Of course, being on the spectrum, he was very distraught. I'll pause that there. I made them open the door so he could pass my stuff to them. They didn't give a flying shit about me from that moment on. At least that woman didn't. Lady, you need a smack in the mouth. And I'm not into bashing women, so probably maybe a woman might do it to you one day. If she does, you deserved it. They dosed me up with fentanyl, which was ineffective, and refused any more pain relief. I didn't want the fentanyl. I didn't want to know what it felt like. Now I know. Thank God I didn't like it. It's as bad as morphine. Horrible fucking shit. Then, the hospital. I tried to make sure my go bag came with me. I remember that much. I asked for my bag a couple of times when we got to the hospital. According to them, they lost it. Turned out it was left in the ambulance. I don't actually believe that for a second. I'll pause again. I think they tried to get the police involved because she's one of those, presumptuous cunts. She thinks that she had facts, but never actually her own fucking indoctrinated, fucked up fucking thoughts. Then they informed me at 10:45 they don't have a bed for me and I had to find my own way home. I still hadn't received my bag back at this point, and the hospital claimed that they knew nothing about it, but I was welcome to sit in the waiting area in my wet clothes and wait for it to turn up. At this point, I was starting to get pretty pissed off, understandably. I remained calm though, and worked with the packy as best I could that I was left with, who barely spoke a word of English. It was like they were going out of their way to do the opposite to their Hippocratic oath. It's not the first time I've been treated as less than in that waste of taxpayers' money you call a hospital. And even if I was a junkie, that shouldn't matter when it comes to health. Don't bother fobbing me off with a we'll look into it bullshit reply. Fucking fix it. So that's the email that I've sent off down to Parliament today, State Parliament, to the Minister for Health, Bridget Archer, to our dubious, I was going to say illustrious, but I think dubious suits Jeremy Rockcliffe better, and to our doesn't represent burnie Senator Jackie Lambie. So we'll see how that goes. Well, I sent it to a mate too, because you'll get a good chuckle out of it, and yeah. I'll send this to him too, because you'll probably share it on Facebook. I don't give a shit. Look, it's like that. It's like that. I don't give a shit what you think of me. I don't give a shit what feathers I ruffle or what cages I rattle. I don't. If they need to be ruffled and rattled, they'll get ruffled and rattled. The laws and doctrines of men aren't serving us too fucking well, are they? Let's just leave that at that. God bless and brr.